Thank you very much indeed, Tom and Charlie, in watch along there. I even heard you telling everybody to spam the chat with Tartan Army. Tartan Army it is indeed. Look, I'm going to start by saying something that I said in the Wolves review. And that is that Leicester are an excellent team. I didn't say that in the Wolves review, by the way. I said that Wolves are an excellent team. Leicester are an excellent team. Leicester will have a very good season. However, you will be told that we faced a poor Leicester team today, which is exactly what I said against Wolves. Discount it, pay no attention, because there's something happening at West Ham at the moment. And what we've got to do is we've got to separate that debacle in the cup with what is actually going on with the team. Because quite frankly, we're nasty, we're naughty, we foul a lot, we're full of energy, and we're not giving teams a sniff. And I tell you what, we are attacking, and we are attacking a lot. If you've just watched the game, which did finish, I should have said West Ham beat Leicester 3-0, by the way, which is just crazy. I mean, it is crazy when you think that I was sat in this very chair saying that we'd beaten Wolves by 4 in the last game. And I just, it's a little bit hard to get a grasp on it. Now, Leicester did score a goal at the end, which was ruled off for offside. It was offside. It was such a good goal. It probably deserved to be one. It's one of those beautiful goals that you'll see over and over again. But you can't keep scoring those sort of goals. And they did, and it wasn't counted because it was offside. You can keep scoring the type of goals that we are scoring at West Ham at the moment. And as an example, I will give you the example of Jarrod Bowen's goal, which was our third goal, if you're losing count. Because the fornicator played a ball, a sort of curled pass behind the back line, which Jarrod Bowen ran onto, and Jarrod Bowen finished well. Not quite a carbon copy of the quick free kick we took against Wolves, but very similar. Very, very similar. Both players are in a similar position. And when you're playing on the break, when you're playing on the counter, when you're using space to score your goals, you can score lots of those goals. Leicester, I'm sure, will score lots of tippy-tappy goals this season, but to try and score a goal like they did at the end of that game is going to be very, very difficult. Now, there's a few things which are a little bit cliched, which I want to just run through. This was a very difficult start to the season. This was... look, you've all seen the run-ins. That's 4 games in at the start of the season now, and we have 6 points. I think a lot of people, myself included, were really worried about the start of this season, thinking, hold on, we're not going to get any points for quite a few games, and we'll be down near the bottom of the league. The way it's going, we look a decent team. We really do. And we're not going to feature much on Goal of the Month or anything like that. But I will happily take that, because the old West Ham way, as it were, seems to be slowly getting eradicated and being replaced by hard work, by nitty-gritty, by fouls, by sheer work rate. Now, I'm going to take you to the start of the game. And we started the game I thought we played really, really high-energy football. Our press was good. We were constantly pressing the team, constantly pressing Leicester. We were forcing them into a messy game. When we didn't get the ball, if we didn't get the ball after 10 or so seconds, we would then retreat back, and we were giving them no space to pass into. What we did today was we completely disrupted Leicester's game. We stopped Leicester from playing how Leicester wanted to play. We also stopped Wolves from playing how Wolves wanted to play. And if this becomes a feature, fair enough. Look, you're going to have to accept it. If this keeps on happening, we're going to start to get a bad reputation. People are going to start accusing us of parking the bus and so on and so forth. That would tell a lie. And nobody has. I've just made up that someone's going to accuse us of that. But you're going to get managers who are going to start turning around and saying, well, West Ham are difficult to play against, and they foul and they break up play. And they will say all these things that really get associated with other teams, not traditionally West Ham. But there won't be too many teams that do this to Leicester. Leicester will not lose 3-0 very much this season, if at all. Wolves will not lose 4-0 this season very much, if at all. And quite frankly, having watched West Ham for years and years and years roll over and have our tummy tickled, I am more than happy to be known for a while as a tough team to beat. Folks, there's so much to get through. I am aware you've got a million videos to watch today. And let's be fair, you've got to lap this up. You've got to enjoy the day, because this is great. This is really, really good for West Ham. We have had tough times. Quite, we had tough times this week, right? Enjoy this. Enjoy the fact that we can win convincingly. Enjoy the fact that you can watch a game of football and put your feet up on the 75th minute and go, oh, yes. Going to watch us just win the game out here. So many good players, so many good performances, such a lot to admire. Okay, goal number 1. It was good. It was good. Antonio battled and made Sochu foul him, basically. He was wide on the right wing, if you like, although he started as a striker. He got fouled. Much like Fornals did in the previous game, he was bright. He was switched on, Antonio. He thought, I'm going to take a quick free kick. And he spread the ball out right over to the other side of the pitch to Aaron Cresswell, who's had a very good game today, by the way. Cresswell chested it down, strode forward a couple of paces, and put in a left-footed cross from deep. Very deep cross. Antonio had not only taken the quick free kick, he decided to straight away start running into the box. Of course, as you can imagine, Souček was in there and so was Fornals, but the ball gone over both their heads, landed on Antonio's head, and he headed it, and he placed an absolutely beautiful header, maybe not dissimilar to Haller's header. If you've not seen it, not dissimilar to Haller's header in the previous game. Really, really nicely done. And we were 1-0 up. Now, the significance of us winning this, we'll go on to the other goals in just a second. The significance of us winning this must not be lost. Because I haven't seen the stats. Jamie Vardy was through at the end. He shot wide. The Harvey Barnes goal was no goal because it was offside. I think, and you're going to have to check the stats for me, they had no shots on target. And the previous game, they had, what did Wolves have? I think Jimenez had a couple. Not many, by the way. So for all their good football, and for all West Ham, as I say, may well be classed as a defensive team, we scored loads of goals. We had loads of shots. I will forget many of the shots we had when I'm doing this review now. They had no shots on target, I'm pretty sure. Now, okay, so anyway, so that's the first goal. I thought we had a really good shape. I mean, we were really, really well drilled. Just the whole shape of the team, and was really good. And we had a new guy making his debut, Soufal. Well, Soufal was superb. I've got to say, he was to the manner born. And as we understand it, Thomas Souček recommended him. He's played with Thomas Souček at I think we signed him for Slavia Prague, but they played with each other, if you pardon the expression, at a club before that. And they also play in the Czech national team. His work rate's phenomenal. I'll talk about more about that in other videos because we've got to get through. There's so much to get through here. But I was really, really impressed with what I saw. 2-0. We went 2-0 up. Of course, we went 2-0 up because I said we just won 3-0, which meant by default we had to go 2-0 up at some point. This was slightly different. Cresswell will get the assist for this. If you've got Aaron Cresswell in your fantasy league team today, he'll probably be in fantasy league team of the week. He got an assist here. Not so much of the cultured cross from Cresswell on this one. It was more a big old hoof, basically. He gave it the old donkey kick right up the pitch. But as the Leicester defence were running that way to try and push up towards the halfway line, the fornicator was very cleverly running that way. He beat the offside trap and then ensued a race. And you would obviously normally think, the fornicator in a race? No, this is not good. But I tell you what, he showed enough. He showed enough legs. He showed enough about him. And he had enough of a head start that the Leicester defence couldn't catch him. His first touch was excellent. And I've been on this video. I've praised Leicester for their skill. I don't mean to indicate that West Ham had no skill. We had some skill at a very, very good times. In fact, we had the skill in the areas that matter, which was the final ball and the finish. And the defending, but we'll get onto that as well. This is what I can't. This is why I've got so much to get through. The fornicator's first touch was fantastic. Took it down, took it in his path, and at the point where I thought personally he'd overstretched, he wouldn't be able to finish. He finished smartly with his left foot past Kasper Schmeichel. It was 2-0, and at that point I'm thinking, hello, I'm starting to I'm thinking, is this Wolves again? This is a rerun of the Wolves game. Well, it was near enough, although just not quite as emphatic. I've got to be honest with you, at that point, it was after, anyway, 2-0 at half time. I looked at it, and I say thought it, I actually wrote it down. I wrote it down on my pad. West Ham too fit and too strong. That would be a very brief analysis of the game, of course, but I think it's an accurate one. Second half started, Leicester start pressing more. They didn't really create a chance. They didn't have a shot on goal, but it felt like they were trying to do a little bit more. They were starting to get a little bit of momentum, but then something quite weird happened. Now, I'm not saying they were all over us. They just started to get a bit of momentum, which was significant in the game for them because they'd had none. We'd made them look rubbish, right? That's really significant. We were better. Almost every player we had in the first half was better than every player they had. That's how good we were, right? But Johnny Evans fouled Antonio, and lots. They would try anything that they could, really. But it was weird because that little bit of momentum that they had for the first 5 minutes of the half, 10 minutes of the half, seemed to just go. And then we were back in the ascendancy. West Ham were just attacking well, counter-attacking well, sitting back defensively with very, very good shape, working hard. But when we got the opportunity to attack, we would. We had, I'm not sure. Look, when the opposition have the ball, Bowen's tucking in as a right winger and helping out his fullback. Not that he needed much helping out, by the way. I think Bowen will be very pleased with what he saw today, but we'll get onto that at another time. Fornals again was, drift left. But when we're attacking, they are a bit like a front three. They're attacking front three, and where possible, Thomas Suchek will come and join them. But that outlet was always there. And we just seemed patient and good enough. And what was really good was I thought we played slightly differently today. So I'm just watching a rerun of the goal again. And that is a lovely cross from Cresswell for the first goal. Yeah, and Antonio's header is not dissimilar from, I was right, it's not dissimilar from where Haller scored his against Wolves. What I'm looking at with West Ham is I'm looking at how we're attacking and how we're picking and choosing when to attack. And how those front three are really making space for each other and having an awareness of where each other are. If I had to sum it up really, really quickly, we're a team. We look a team, and that has not always been evident at West Ham. If you're really clever, you can probably see the rerun of the goal in my glasses there, which is probably highly illegal, and you're probably not meant to do it. But we're not broadcasting it live. The images are in my glasses. Can you see them? Anyway, I'll carry on. So Rice, who's had his best game this season, in my opinion, he made a run from defence. And don't get me wrong, he wasn't dribbling past everyone. They seemed to not be challenging him. But he ran the length of the pitch. And at the point where you're thinking, pass it, do something, Declan, he crashed the ball against the bar, almost scored with his left foot. It was a magnificent run in what must be his final audition for the Chelsea job. I joke. I mean, I really hope he stays. He looked like a player in form. I'm actually watching it right now. He was really good. Yeah, to say they ran away from him is not entirely accurate, actually. He's bringing the ball forward, carries on bringing the ball forward. I think it's Mendy's trying to close him down, running with him the whole time. Johnny Evans just left him alone. It was a really, really good effort. Anyway. So we're still 2-0 at this point. Allow me to change my pad over. 3-0. 3-0. And we're in dreamland by now. Right. Rice has set up the play from defence. And he's played the ball to Fornals. So Fornals is sort of left midfield, just inside left midfield. Pablo Fornals decides to carry the ball forward a little bit. And again, I think I was shouting at the telly, pass. He didn't. He hung on to it. I thought he's hung on to that too long. But it didn't, because Bowen had made his run. But then Bowen came back, and Bowen then went to make his run again. But at that point, I realised what an intelligent thing for Fornals had done, which was he didn't want to play the pass early. He wanted Bowen to be more elevated up the pitch when he played the pass. And as I say, this is almost his passing position, his starting position was almost a mirror image of the quick free kick that we took against Wolves, where the fornicator played the very quick free kick and played it into Bowen. It was absolutely magnificent because he played this curled pass in between the lines. ironically enough, the sort of pass that Tielemans would have been wanting to play all game, but the space just wasn't there for him to do it. So the Fornicators played the pass. Bowen's run onto it. Again, he almost teases the defenders to invite them to make a challenge, and he just curls it in. A very similar type shaped shot to how he scored against Wolves. And I've got to say, was absolutely magnificent. Towards the end, Haller and Noble came on for Bowen and Antonio, as much to give them a rest and, well, not a round of applause because no one was there. Highly impressive. Now, again, I mentioned at the start, so I mentioned at the end. Leicester scored a beautiful goal, but it was ruled off because it was offside, and it was offside, by the way. But it was a lovely goal. Really, really good. Such good technical players. But they were outdone today. They were outfought. They were bullied. There's no doubt about it. But they were also outrun. I've no doubt we did more mileage than Leicester today. No doubt about that at all. And then when it counted, the final killer pass, the final decision making, and the finishing, it was excellent. And we could have had more. The Fornicator should have had a second, by the way. Antonio should have had another one. I'm not going to say Declan Rice should have scored because it would have been that would have been a goal for match of the day if he'd have hit that one in. But it was a really good performance. Slightly different, which is what I was going to say earlier. I forgot to say because I felt our fullbacks in Masuaku and Sufal played a little deeper than we played against Wolves. But I do think that was tactical. I do think we were dropping back when needed. I felt we kept a high line to start with when we pressed. Then we dropped back really quickly to stop that ball in behind for Barnes or Vardy. I said in the preview that Tielemans will be looking for these passes between the lines. Tielemans loves a pass either in between the centre-backs or in between the centre-back and the full-back. It seemed like we knew that today. That pass wasn't on for him. And I think it was a very, very frustrating afternoon. Henry Parker's just said in the chat, he said correct, Leicester had no shots on target. That's what I thought. That's how it felt. That's a massive thing for us, by the way. And again, I mean, this all feeds into loads of other subjects. So this is 2 games now. I just wonder about the particularly when you look at some of the performances which I'll go into now. I do wonder about the validity of if we do have £25 million to spend. It doesn't necessarily have to go on a central defender. It's another question, and I'll probably do a video a little bit later on that one actually. Over on the forum channel. I think we got Tom and Charlie coming back on this one. We've got a lot of videos coming up on this channel in a minute. So I just want to, before I leave you to watch, and not just on our channel, all the West Ham channels, loads of footage and loads of videos up for the rest of the day. I want to go through the players individually in a second, by the way. So there's a lot of videos for you to enjoy, and you should enjoy it today. You should watch as many videos as you can. There's so much misery served up at West Ham. Have a good day. Enjoy it. Look at all the match reviews and all the fan cams and everything you can today. It's going to be really, really good. But I think I will, on our forum channel, the link is in the description below. We've got 2 channels. Becky is going to be doing a video. She's probably uploading it right now. I'll do one later on this evening as well we're doing our player ratings on Patreon. Players. Ogbonna was magnificent. Jamie Vardy's a good player. I don't need to come and sit in this seat. I don't need to slag off Jamie Vardy. I don't need to slag off Leicester. I don't need to slag off Wolves. Good teams, good players. Jamie Vardy was not as good as Angelo Ogbonna today. Magnificent. And you know what? And this is what I think is really, really interesting. Balbuena was superb today. I'm going to speak about the whole defence because I have to. Cresswell. Did Cresswell have his best game for quite some time? I think so. I think he's been reinvigorated by the switch of formation to the left centre-back. I think it takes out the responsibility of him having to deal with fast wingers. And I think it allows him to be able to move out the back and still cross, like as he did for the first goal, but not have to do the sheer... He still runs, he still works hard, but he doesn't have to sprint quickly and race faster people than him, which is really, really good. I just want to read out something. It's just caught my eye in the chat. I'm trying not to read the chat. It says, greetings from the Czech Republic. Sufal is a really good deal for you. He is so impressive. That's why Czech League is just on average, because we sell players like Sufal very cheap. Thank you very much for putting that in there. Look, I mean, we've we've certainly taken two really good players from Slavia Prague, haven't we? And hopefully, Slavia Prague fans will watch a bit of West Ham now, and they can do their former club and their home country proud. Because I tell you what, they don't stop running these Czechs. They do not stop. The ground that boy covered, which sort of fits his comment fits in nicely. Bearing in mind I'm talking about defence, was really, really good. He almost deserves a discussion all to himself in that sense, and we'll do that because we do like a video here at Hammers Chat. Really pleased with him. I'm sure you lot are as well. Well done, son. Well done. I'm really pleased. He came in. Ryan Frederick's got a problem, by the way. Now, on the left, Masuaku again was really good. Discipline, not the same performance we saw against Wolves. It's more defensive. We seem to, in many respects, counter-attack or attack with three players. But the three players that we tended to attack with were more than enough to give Leicester massive problems today. I discussed all that at the start of the video, and I can see people keep joining the video. If you go back to the start, you'll see exactly what I said. Affas is in the chat. He said the Czech players are built different. I mean, I'm really impressed with these boys. Really, really good. That's a defence. I thought Souček and Rice were brilliant. Rice was, I thought, Souček was superb. Lots of tackling from Souček again. Didn't get his customary goal, but he was in there, as you'll see when Antonio scores his goal. Look who's in the box. It's Souček. He's sort of got that. He's not like Frank Lampard, but like Lampard used to time his run late into the box. That's what Souček does. Rice's best game was really good. I mean, he was the best player in the midfield. He was better than any of the Leicester midfielders. How is that? And they didn't. Leicester didn't try and impact the game in terms of. I thought it was very late. So they've got a player like apparently they've got a very, very good, tricky attacking number 10, James Madison or something. Didn't bring him on, which I was surprised about. Might have opened up the game a bit. He scored a good goal in one of the previous weeks. Anyway, they didn't bring that fella on, but I just felt that our midfield just completely dominated their midfield. Let's just get on. I'm realising I've actually mentioned every player now, apart from Fabianski. What do you want me to say about Fabianski? They had no shots on target. I can't say anything about Fabianski. Front three, okay. Jared Bowen, magnificent. Just magnificent. What a player we've got. He's absolutely wonderful. Stevie C has just said, surely not the last in the running order for match of the day. I would hope not, Stevie. I would think not, my friend. What else have we got here? Antonio. I'm beaming. I'm chuffed. I am chuffed. I just want to. I'd like to applaud the players, and Antonio's one of them. Run his socks off, work hard, showed the intelligence for the play for the first goal was fantastic. The work rate to get back in there and the skill and technique to head that ball down. And we were all praising Sebastian Heller's headed technique for the one against Wolves. Well, Antonio's was no different today. I'll tell you now, man of the match is difficult because we played so well, but I sort of had it in my mind as I was watching it because I know we're going to do these videos and I started thinking to myself, who am I going to give man of the match to? And I'll tell you now, it was between Angelo Ogbonna and one other, and possibly the only player I've not mentioned in that little summary of the team. I thought Pablo Fornals, El Fornicador, was absolutely magnificent today, and everybody is going to have a different. I'm looking at the chat, and someone's saying Sufal, and someone's saying Cresswell. And they are all good. They are all good shouts. They are all good shouts. They really are. Was it Brick Up says Cresswell was man of the match? Was he? What he got? Did he get awarded it? He got awarded it. I mean, 2 assists. Fair play. My man of the match was Fornals. I'm so pleased for him. I feel like he served his apprenticeship. Hold on. Alex says Ogbonna was man of the match. Someone make up your mind. Who got official man of the match? Or are you just saying that's your personal choice? Sorry. The fornication is complete. Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. He served his apprenticeship, playing out of position on the wing. He's not a winger. He's not fast enough to be a winger. He can't really he can't really implement what he's good at playing football from that wing position. This new formation means they cut. Yes, he's wide to defend, as is Bowen. Yet when we have the ball, he can go more central. And what it does, it allows him to show off his work rate, his intelligence, and his passing technique. I just thought he was absolutely magnificent. And obviously, he scored a goal and he got an assist today. But, there were others, as I say, Cresswell 2 assists. Angelo Bonner also got a magnificent, which is, you'd give bubbly to everyone, wouldn't you, today, really? Bonner was absolutely magnificent. But Aaron Cresswell today was brilliant. But I have to give it to the Fornicator. Do you know what's pleasing? The fact that we can all sit here and everybody can pick a different man of the match from 5 or 6, and nobody is wrong. No one's wrong. You could even say Balbuena was up there. Rice, good shout. You win games when you've got 5 or 6 people who could potentially get man of the match. And today we did that. And I'm so pleased. I'm so happy. I'm happy for me. I'm happy for you. Jamie Green. Yes, Jamie. Leicester got truly fornicated. We were vindicated, and Leicester were fornicated. They did. I wonder if he knows about his nickname, because obviously it's not particularly complimentary, but I do mean it in the nicest of ways. El Fornicador, the fornicator. I mean it sincerely, and I mean it with love. Generally do. You are a lovely bunch in a chat. I love you dearly as well. It's a good day. Enjoy it. Listen, please do stick a thumbs up on the channel. If you make sure you're subscribed to both Hammers Chat channels, do a search on YouTube, Hammers Chat. So Hammers Chat channel, this one, and you've got the Hammers Chat forum for the fans, right? Well, listen for anyway, you can send in your videos. You want to send in a video? I'll put it up on the forum channel today. Becky's up now. Jazz is up on here. Jazz has probably already recorded it. Tommy Boy's in there. Charlie's there. Charlie's going to do another video later, I'm pretty sure. I want to hear what Naughty Charlie has got to say. Tom Ball's going to say. Raymondo's probably going to send in a video. If you haven't done already, go and check out our Patreon page. If you want to support Hammers Chat, we would love that dearly. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please do. Whatever you get on and do. I was going to say, there ain't many days like this, but I've got to say, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. It don't get much more than that. If you joined, I know people are going, hey, moving on. Happy days, everyone. I don't know. You saw in the preview, I was positive. I thought we'd score 3 goals, by the way. I thought we'd score 3 goals. Who laughed at me? Where are you? Something, I'm only joking. You should have laughed at me. It was preposterous to think that we would score 3 goals today. But I had a feeling, and that was really the point I wanted to make. To go into games now and feel that you can win and feel that you can get something for it, is something from it. Is magnificent. It's really, really pleasing, and I love it. I really do. So, we'll catch up with you later. Enjoy the rest of the day. Transfer window deadline day tomorrow. Just loads of stuff going on, really, isn't there? See you later, folks. As I say, click like on it, and cheerio.